All right. Hey guys, this is Vinney Chopra. I hope you like the content and thank you for giving 5-star reviews, written reviews, and otherwise for the podcast and the materials and all the social media. And remember to grab a copy, free copy of the book, also the audio copy. I want to get in the hands of 1 million people. The other book, well, that was the first one. That was the second one. This is my first one, closing to about $1 billion now, from $7 to $1 billion. So that's another book we are giving away free. Just go to apartmentsyndicationmadeeasy.com. Apartmentsyndicationmadeeasy.com. My third book, oh, Vinney is always writing books, is Senior
Wow.
Living Investing Made Easy. I mean, that's the silver tsunami. It's taking over the world, USA and the world. Everybody's getting older and all. I'll be 71 this year, next year, actually. So I'm so excited, and we got a great friend here, Ray. Ray Zang is in the house. We're going to talk about land and land and land. How to find value, how to buy them, how to finance them. I mean, you will love this show. You will love this show. As a matter of fact, Ray has made close to $1 million net profit this year. Guys, how many of you can say, I made $1 million, So this is the episode for you about lands, and we're going to dig into it, and I'm just trying to, maybe I'll have Ray tell me. He's a man of short words. I wanted to have him give him his bio. I was looking for the bio, and the key thing is that, he only works 3 to 4 hours a week, a day.
A day.
So
Yes.
4 weeks. What was that? Tim Ferriss book, 4 days, 4 hours a week. I don't know how many of us do that. I don't do it. But, I'm really glad to have you. And Ray, take it away. Tell us your background and how you got into this field.
Yeah, Winnie, it's so good to be here, and always admiring your work. And I read one of your books, but I didn't know you have a second, third one. I'm gonna buy that too. So, yeah. So thank you for your contribution. And I came to the country about 11 years ago. We are both, I think, immigrants, right?
Yes.
And so that's why we grind hard and try to find a way to help people, and also stand in one place in the marketplace, right? So I came to the country 11 years ago and instantly became homeless. And
Wow.
I have been trying real estate for about 6 years, didn't have too much of anything to show off. And about 4 years ago, I started to do land investing. That's when everything has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. So, like you're in Florida, so you came to Florida straight, or how? How did it happen for you?
I went to Hawaii for school.
Okay.
And I just came to Florida about a year ago. So.
Oh, about a year. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get into land? I think that's your superpower, is to find the land and kind of take us through the journey. Let's say if I want to buy land as an investor, I have been buying buildings and buildings and building buildings, in Florida, also buying land to build senior assisted living and all that. But give us some, mantras, if you will say, what 4 or 5 things, what do we need to do to buy land?
So land is, a lot of people undervalue land because they think house and apartments is a way to go, which is, of course, apartments, there's so much money there. But land is where we can start as a very newbie investor. And because if you drive around, you always see a vacant land there, in between houses. Yeah. And that's what my target is, infill lots. I do mostly infill lots right now. So.
Infill lots. Now, just for the audience, what are infill lots? They are in the downtown areas. They are, where the opportunity zones like that, or no?
Yeah. So I teach people about the donut strategy, right? So the donut in the middle is a major growing city like Orlando, Tampa, but we don't actually do business in the middle. We do business in the donut, surrounding area.
Yes.
About 30 to 90 minutes away from the major growing city.
Uh-huh.
and that's where our target is. And as far as infill lots meaning you see a lot of houses, but in between there's a land that's called infill lots.
Wonderful, wonderful, very nice. And I love what you're saying because, like the donut, I mean, the interior is very dense and everything, I think. And as you go outside, that's where the path of progress, as you were talking, my word came, which I teach in my academy, path of progress, buy land where, you'll be building and where the population is moving to and all that.
Absolutely.
So this is farmland or is buildable land? Are there categories of lands? Yeah.
Yeah, they're mostly vacant residential land. Sometimes I come across multi-family land. Those ones just have to pay a little bit more, but it can definitely flip those too. So.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let me ask you a question. You directly deal with the seller. How do you find their names and all? Are these records from the county that you go after, or how?
Yeah, so I mainly depend on listsource.com. There's a list company called listsource.com, and you can download the landowner's information there. And if you download it, you mail it to them and saying you want to buy their land. This is my offer. If they accept it, they will call you or email you, right? So
yeah. I see. Now, how about financing it? Do you have to give all the money to buy the land, or do the banks come out and say, yeah, we'll pay, 60 to 60 LTV or 50-50? What's the ratio, Yeah.
Bank typically don't like land because land they don't like land because land don't cash flow, and sometimes they don't know the value of it, right? So, but the land we buy is typically under 200,000. So they're not super expensive, but if you find a deal, of course, someone will fund it. I started with 10,000, believe it or not, and then I got my first deal for $6,000, and I sold it for 55,000 a couple days later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So let me ask you a question. How do you find the value of the land then? Are there appraisers who do the best and final usage or things like that, or what?
Yeah, so land can be valued typically around the land sold in the area. And we only mail to subdivisions that have land sold in the past 3 months. So if in the subdivision A, they don't have a land sold in the past 3 months, we don't even go to that subdivision. So if they go to their subdivision, then we make offers, someone accept the offer, and we just use the comparables to determine the land value. And similar size, how much it was sold, and that's pretty much how much the land is worth. And then we typically offer about 40% on the dollar.
40% of the value of what they sold in the last 3 months in the neighborhood. And of course, the frontage, of course, has to be, and then the corner lots possibly might be even more expensive, right? Or something. Okay.
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9 Pacific with Vinney and Bo Show. Please also look at that. And also the podcast, which is my Apartment Syndication Made Easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can, bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you.
Yeah, corner lot is always more expensive. Yes.
For sure. So, no, that's good. I'm kind of getting the feeling of it. So is there Now, who are the buyers? How do you sell? Do you have a website where you sell, or do you put land on sale on Craigslist, or
Yeah. So I love the questions. They're very specific. I think can benefit someone. So on the offer letter, we have 4 ways that they can contact me. So the first one is phone number and email and my return mail address and also a fax number. So for older folks, they prefer fax. They can also fax me. And they can just contact me either way, and we talk to them either on the phone or on email. But the main goal is to get them on the phone because I do this fully virtual. So I never been to any land.
Yes.
I never met any sellers. So we just have to talk to them on the phone. So
wonderful. So do you send an LOI, just like as I buy an apartment complex? We got a 1-page, 2-pager LOI, do some due diligence and all that, or because land is land, right? But you look at the phase 1, I think, isn't it? Because we don't need contamination in the land, and the rights and the title have to be totally taken into consideration, right?
Yeah, so we typically just send an offer letter. So on the offer letter is actually a purchase agreement. So on the agreement is saying we can how long we can close it, and this is how much we're going to pay. If you agree, you can sign it off and then mail it back to me or scan it back to me, right? And we can take that to the title company. We can close that deal. So after they sign it, that's when the due diligence starts. And I will look at the land. I'll talk to the title company to see if there's any liens. And myself, I'll look at if there's any thing that I need to take care of the land, like if there's a wetland or not buildable or too small. But no matter what, we will call the seller back again and negotiate. I never pay the offer price ever, so it's always negotiate after the offer comes back.
Excellent. Like in our apartments and things like that, we say repair credit or something, right? Or with the market going down now, people are adjusting the price because they locked it in earlier and the interest rates have gone up and all. No, that's very good. Then, so who does the phase 1 study? Does the seller do that, or you don't do it? And when the people are ready to build on it, they have to do this phase 1, right? Like people are.
Absolutely. So we make sure the land is buildable and have some type of survey before we buy it. And we actually have to talk to some realtors before we close it, so that we can ask opinion how much this land is worth. And sometimes we require the realtors to go there and drop by and look at the land, see if there's anything that need to be taken care of. But that's pretty much the process. But I never been to any land. The realtors always have to make sure,
Beautiful. So let's see, at one given time, how many pieces of land do you own? And then what's your velocity of selling, I guess is the word, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just like apartments, right now we see a slowdown. Used to put a land on the market, it can get an offer within 3 days. But right now, it can take a couple of weeks. So we put it on the market, and we try to accumulate as much as possible at the one given time. There's not a number to limit our purchase. When the real estate going down, especially right now during holidays, people need money, right? So that's when we try to make more offers and talk to more sellers and get more deals.
Got it. So is it you and you have like few people in USA who do call outs, or do you have virtual people like in Philippines or other place like it calls? How do you sell them is my next question now. Yeah.
I typically deal with the calls, but when come down to making offers and mail the letters, I have a VA doing that. He's somewhere in the Middle East. I pay him only $2 an hour, and he's super happy.
I was saying 5 was the cheapest, but you're saying 2. Holy cow! Hey, bye. I don't want to talk to you and see. This is as interesting, but it's a good living over there for them, and they can
absolutely. Yeah.
That's how
Yeah. Yeah. I gave him a couple $100 on Christmas, and he's so happy.
as a bonus, and
Yeah.
so forth. And very reliable. That's the other part, right? You to teach that person. And it's not rocket science, like you said, And I mean, the packets are delivered. Do you do the campaign through texting, email, fax, and also physical mailing of the pieces or no? No.
I normally do direct mail a lot. So
Yeah.
people get a two pages letter. First page is about my company, and second page is the offer.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
May I ask, like for the audience, if they were to use some good direct mail services, which are, it seems like you find good deals. So, if that person or that company can take more clients, who would that be? That
Definitely. So I use a company called Offers to Owners, and the two is numbers, not like TO. So offers number 2 owners.com.
Okay.
And if you give them a call, the manager is called Aaron. And just call Aaron and mention Ray, and they will typically give a 5 to 10% discount.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 pages mailed out fully, but you provide the 2 pages to them and they buy the envelopes or whatever. They probably have them, right?
Absolutely.
Different colors. And I remember when I used to do, I was told, use the international envelope. What? People want to open this colorful, envelope that came in the mail, or a different color, the bright yellow or blue. People think that it's a card or something inside,
Absolutely. Right. So I try to keep it simple.
Are coming back to me now, So by sending direct mail, do you also have the, sending them through email also?
I don't send them an email, but I include the email on my letter. So if they want to email me, they can.
They can. I see.
Yeah.
But you don't approach them as the sellers, because a lot of people are digital now too, right? So I don't know if you have that in strategy where same digital 2-page letter, like in my case, I don't mail too much, in my case, but I do texting and I also do emailing. And then also, of course, phone call and all that. But
Absolutely.
So what's your superpower? If you'll say, hey, Vinney, I made $1 million this year because of this, this, and this.
I think my superpower is simplicity. So I try to take the complicated stuff and try to make it simple. And of course, it's simple to do, but not too easy, because sometimes you do have to call people, right? Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people try to make it more complicated than it seems to be, so that they can charge more. But my strategy is try to make it more simple, so I can charge less, and then you can get more deals. So that's me being a coach. I think as far as my own land business, I approach it the same way. And I don't have a lot of employee in my company for land business because majority of the steps to flip land is taken care of by other people. So I just need to talk to the sellers, and sometimes I make offers. That's about it. And the realtor sell it, the title company close it. I don't have to worry about them. Just keep things simple, but also focus. That's another thing that dragged me for years because I try to do a lot of things at the same time. I try to flip house and do apartment investing at the same time. It didn't work out well, right? So you just have to focus on one thing.
Love it. I love it. Focus one thing. Oh my gosh. You just shared something which I thought about this morning in my live show, which is Abundance Mindset with Vinney Chopra on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. Any of you listening to me or watching me, guys, please come live. We go on 12 channels, I think, LinkedIn, everything, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And that's on 9 a.m., little commercial from Vinney, 9 a.m. every Thursday morning. And then I do Vinney and Bo show, which is on Fridays at 9:30 a.m. And we might move that to 9 also. Then it'll be easy for everybody to remember 9 and 9 in the next year. We'll see. I'll talk to my partner, Bo. But those are the two shows. But this morning, the reason I said that was we were talking about the one thing that's so important for growth of any business. If we can just focus in, hyper focus was the word we used this morning. Being hyper focused in one direction will get you too many great places. And
absolutely,
what you're saying is so true in my life. Last 15 years, a lot of people have asked me to do this or that, but I just stayed the course with multifamily, and started from duplex, 14plex, units to almost like 850 million in the portfolio, which is because of being in direct.
Incredible.
So true, yeah. And it's exciting. The key thing is we have sold so much also at the peak, and now I'm ready to buy, like with both arms coming up in 2023.
Yeah,
I'm sure you did too, right? The land
absolutely
value has come down too, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So 2023 is absolutely the year to make wealth, and it's not the time to get depressed and just complain. Everything is going down. Your crypto going down. Your stock going down. It doesn't matter. But when you go down, that's the time to buy, right? So
true. Warren Buffett said, right, when everybody's panicking, that's the time to buy. And that's how Berkshire has done. Hathaway has done so well because they have taken this fledgling companies almost near bankruptcy and brought them to life. And that's the real truth. I mean, everybody, listening to both of us, I hope you really get excited about investing in real estate, in land, in apartments, in senior living, in hotels. I'm into so many things now, which is really exciting because I've got each section, partnered off. So let me ask you a question. The big thing is markets. Which are good markets then? I'm sure everybody's thinking, Vinney, this is good. But if I want to buy land, where should I buy now in 2023?
Yeah, so I kind of look at the reports you guys are using. It's called Milken Report.
Yeah.
And those report is phenomenal. It's just follow the job growth. And real estate follow job growth. So if a city has more job growth, meaning more people are moving in instead of moving out. And that's a market you want to go into, right? So if a majority of the people are moving out, like New York, that's probably not the place to go into, right? So it's the same principle apply to land, and the same is apartments. So just major growing city, people are moving in, like Texas, Florida, and Arizona. Those kind of places is a good place to start with land investing.
Beautiful. And remember, we talked about in this podcast, the donut. I mean, don't get into, places where the land won't be able to sell or it'll be more expensive there. But in the periphery, the donut outside, that's where you get value, and that's where you. So are there land brokers then, would you say? Do you deal with them?
Correct. Huh? So I only contact a broker or agent that sold land nearby. So I have a student told me, I cannot find the realtors because every time I talk to realtor, they said they only do houses. I said that you're looking at the wrong map, right? So you go to Zillow or Redfin and search the area and search land only and see who sold the land, and that's the agent you want to contact, right? So.
Love it. Very simple. I loved it. The whole interview, you've been just simplifying so much, which is exciting, for me. And I wrote that book, because of the jugglers, right? 5 plates. I mean, you could bring down the whole syndication process in 5 plates, and that's it. Simplicity is the best way to really, understand the business and grow the business to a point where it's making a lot of money. Simple systems, simplicity. I love that. What you said, Redfin and Zillows, and find who are the land, because you could segregate it, right? Filter it for land and then so forth like that. Beautiful. So what's the highest appreciation? You just mentioned one for like 6,000, you sold for 55 or something. That's like almost 9x, within few
Right.
months. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's a very classic deal. And we also bought a land for 70,000 and sold it for 155.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so but those land are typically all under 200,000. So
I see.
very newbie friendly.
I
So
like it. I like it. And
yeah.
just like you said, I mean, this is where path of progress is, where people are moving into that city, that town, or whatever. And then also, you're not keeping that for too long, is it? That's what I hear. Huh?
Yeah.
3 to 4
So
months. That's it. And
sometime even shorter, but right now it does take a little bit longer. It used to be super quick. I mean, we closed it and then I take possession and then we sold it like a week later. So,
nice.
but right now it's more time on the market.
Gotcha. Which is with everything now because of the slowdown as we are recording this towards the end of December. And any other things that I could have asked, I forgot to ask you.
I think you asked very good questions, and sometimes the host asks very general questions, but your question is super specific. I think it can help a lot of people. So,
oh no, thank you. But I do have a question though. I thought we could get some lender to pay money for the land. Is that not true? You have to buy 100% yourself. Yeah.
I think you can either buy it or some investors come in buy it, and the last they do have some lenders, but the process can be long to get approved.
I got you. No, it's been such wonderful, to have you on my podcast and hanging out with you. And I hope everybody who's listened to us or watched us got some great value. Please do share, like, comment, and also let us know what kind of other topics you would like. I just like to not keep it in the multifamily alone, but hotels. I know my TikTok, people are just loving my different TikToks I'm doing on hotels because I'm just giving great value how to really, that's also multifamily at a different micro level. And then, of course, senior assisted living and all. But thanks everybody for joining. How can people reach you, brother? Yeah. Do you have a course also that you teach about land acquisition?
Yeah, I have a coaching program, and but you guys can. I just add you on Instagram. I'm pretty active there. My tag there is called Virtual Flip Land. So VIRTUAL Flip Land.
Flip Land. Beautiful. Please follow. Please see, Ray, and I'm sure we can always diversify. That's what I believe in. I've got 16 to 18 businesses now, but the key thing is you got to diversify, not just keep in one tongue hold. Of course, primary business is in the main lane, but you got to have side lanes to bring cash flows in, passive income and partnerships and things like that,
Absolutely. I also love the glasses you wear on TikTok. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, brother. Just for you. I love all kind of glasses, and I've ordered even more for next year. And my shirts are very colorful. I'm going to be wearing lots of them. I just feel like live life to the fullest. And
that's so fun.
71 this coming year, 2023. And a lot of people say, Vinney, oh my gosh, 71, so much energy. I want to be like this. I'm 81, I'm telling you. And I think God gave me, health and everything. I'm going to walk right now after this show. I'm going to walk. I was in the morning, got up at 4:00 and did good things and took, my wife needed the Tesla tires. So she had planned it. I took it there. You got to live as a total person. And I interviewed 3 people already after I came back, had 2 Zoom meetings and all.
That's incredible. The day is not over yet. So.
Keep yourself occupied because this mind is devil's workshop. Literally it is. If we are not really productive or thinking and, enjoy life. That's what I talk about, right? In my podcast and everything, because that's the key. The energy you give out to the world gives it back to you. law of attraction, manifestation. And thanks for reminding about these classes. I knew you might ask it. They were outside actually, and I just brought them in on my desk.
That's incredible.
No, I appreciate that, brother. I've got all these kind of glasses. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah, no, it's such a pleasure. And God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful year. This 2023, if I can be of any help, let me know, Ray. And, I spoke actually in Orlando at the summit. I don't go out to too many conferences at all. I only go to one or so. So I'll be back there again. And I might just send you. Did you see me with these glasses on the stage with the fireworks and all that? No,
not yet. But I saw your TikTok.
Okay.
So.
I have to text. I think I do. So I'll send you the link, brother.
For sure. Please do. Super fun.
Yeah. Thank you. And God bless you with all the success, in land and all this. And, I'm sure as you're getting, I'll talk to you also after this podcast. I've got a couple of ideas, But
absolutely.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you next time. I'm going to talk to brother, Ray right here. Thank you again, for joining Vinney Chopra this week on this podcast. And please subscribe, share, give comments, and give 5-star rating if you can on iTunes, because that really helps a lot for us to bring great guests. And also iTunes raises our rankings up. And I hope you have been very happy with Vinney Chopra and team who are able to bring great information. If you would like to invest with us, please go ahead and go to vinneychopra.com/invest. Thanks again. God bless you.